So inshallah we're going to start. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So inshallah we'll do one ayat of Surah Al-An'am today, ayat number 128. And first we'll do a simple translation and then we'll go into the details. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this ayat says, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa yawma, and that day, on a day, yahshuruhum, He will gather them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will gather them, jami'an, all of them, all. Okay. Then He will say, Ya ma'ashar al-jinni, O the group or the company of the jinns, Adis taksartum, you had taken many, and we'll go into the details, minal insi, of the man in this worldly life. So after that the people will say something, those who were the partners of the jinns in the worldly life, waqala, and will say, awliya'uhum, their friends, minal insi, among the people. And what will they say? Rabbana, our Lord. And the word is istamta'a, that means we benefited. Okay? We benefited, ba'aduna bi ba'adin, some of us by the others. So we had some sort of connection with one another, some jinns and some men in the worldly life, and they benefited with one another or from one another. So we continued doing that until وَبَلَغْنَا, and reached us, ajalana, our term appointed, which means our time of the death came in the worldly life. Ajalta lana, the time that you had set up for us, the term, the duration for the worldly life, you had kept for us, we reached to that point, which means we died. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Qalan naro, He will say the fire, Mathwakum is your place today. Khalidina fiha, you will abide in it, illa, except, Masha Allahu, what Allah wills. Okay. Inna Rabbaka, indeed your Lord, is Hakimun Alim, is wise and all knowledgeable. Okay. So this is a conversation that would take place on the day of judgment, on the day of Qiyamah, between some men and some jinns. And the result is being mentioned here, that those who were really disobedient, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will punish them into the fire, except whom He wills. Okay, so that is what the meaning is, simple meaning. Okay, so now I want to do an understanding of this one. So the ayat starts with the letter Waw, which means and. Okay. Then the next word is Yawma. So the actual word Y, Waw, Wa, Mim is Yawmun. Yawmun means a day. Yawmun means a day. Okay. Now here, in order to understand, we take the help of some words which will make it very clear. Okay. So if I say the word is Waw and Yawma, and Waw means and and yawma means a day. Okay. And if I put something in between, for example, mention in English to make it clear. So what's being said now? O Prophet, mention of about a day. Okay, because just by saying a day will not give you the full meaning. So to make it very explicit, in English translation we put something in the parenthesis. So the meaning will be, O Prophet, mention about a day, or talk about a day to these people. Okay. For example, in Arabic, we can put a word uzkur. Uzkur. Uzkur means mention. Zakara means to say something. Tazkira. Uzkur is a command, mention. Okay. So when we take the help of some extra words in Arabic to make the statement clear, we say that whatever we are adding here or in translation, just for understanding, not actually putting in there, is called hazaf. Hazaf is a word which is used to make something very clear. So in English we commonly do, in the translation we put the parentheses. Okay, but how we do in Arabic is the same way. It is not written there. In English we do write mention. Okay, in Arabic we don't write anything, but we understand that there should be a statement or word to make it more clear, and we call that as a hazaf. Hazaf means something that has been removed.
Redacted is that translation, right? Redacted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or taken out or removed, but what it is, explicit and implicit. Okay. So for understanding, and O Prophet, mention or talk about a day. Okay.
How do you know that we need?
Because without that sentence will not be completely understandable.
So it comes from the meaning of.
If it comes from the meaning. Yeah. Okay. But the listener will understand, but in the back of mind he will say, oh, maybe that is what's being said. Okay. So, but by no means you are adding the words in the Quran. No way. But for the purpose, like you're doing a tafsir, for the purpose of understanding, you are adding your own statements in there. Okay. And English translation, you see that very commonly. Those things are put in the parentheses. Okay. So that is what it is. Okay. So talk about a day or say about a day. Now the other thing is that one of the reasons is that we have to satisfy the grammar also, because the actual word is yaumun. Okay. How it became yauma? Because it will come yauma when there is a verb before that and a file and a maf'ul combination. Okay. Also, this word yauma that will become is called zarf-e zaman, means a time stamp.
What's the word zarf?
Zarf, there are two things in Arabic, zarf-e makan and zarf-e zaman. Makan means place, zaman means zamana, time. Okay. A word that represents time is called zarf-e zaman. A word that represents place, like masjid, is called makan. Okay. So these two words have the characteristic that they go into the state of nasab or fatah, just to represent that these words are for being used for timing or placing. Okay. So then yauma means a day, but all the explanation I gave you so we can understand that. Okay. And a day, or you can say a day will come, or there will be a day, or a prophet mentioned that a day is going to come. Okay. What will happen on that day? That the statement comes after that. Okay. The root letters are Ha, Sheen, and Ra. Hashara. Hashara means to collect, to gather. And day of Qiyamah is also called day of Hashr. Okay. So Hashara. Now, when we make the grammar, Yaf'alu, put a Ya in the beginning. Ya brings the meaning of third person and present and future. Third person and future. Okay? Because we are talking about the day of Qiyamah, so we will not take present, but we'll take the future. Yaf'alu. And now when we put these three letters, Hashara, this letter carries a Dhamma, so this will become Yahshuru.
Why does it carry Dhamma? It's not Yahsharu.
No, because each three letters, middle letter will always carry further Dhamma or Kasra. And you have to look into the dictionary. Okay, the first and third letter will be fixed. This will be Fatha, this will be Dhamma. But the middle will always fluctuate. So we have to learn that what is the middle letter. Harkat on it. So in these three letters, it will be carry Dhamma. Okay. So Yahshuru means he, third person, future, will gather. Okay. Now, again,
Is there another word with fataha like hashara?
Hashara is present as a past tense.
Yeah.
Hashara is a fa'ala, is a past tense. So there, past tense doesn't worry about that. It's going to be one or the other one.
But is it a different word? The hashura, is it a different?
No. This is not, this is the root letters.
Oh,
Okay? In the past tense, you just put three fathas and meaning will be hashara, he gathered. But if you want to make a present or future, then you put a ya in the beginning and middle letter dhamma on that. So yahshuru means he will gather. Past tense and present and future. Okay, so that's what the difference is. Okay, when you say hashr, that means the gathering,
The noun.
the noun. Hashrun or hashr. Yeah. Surah Hashr is the noun. Okay, so that is a sukun on the sheen there. Hashrun, hashr. So now here in this ayat, this third person is not identified by word before or after that. But we will have to understand that from the context, that this is only Allah who can gather people together, who can collect people together. Okay? So here we'll have he, okay, then the word after that is whom. Whom means them, plural they. So he will gather them. And them is not clear yet, but we understand that on that day, every one of the being will be gathered. Okay? So this will imply to all the people and all the jinns. Okay? So this will be he will gather them.
By context, the fa'il he is more than implied if you read the ayah till the end. Because it says, illa masha'Allah.
Yeah, it will come here, yes. Yeah, this, so you can say that the file is being mentioned at the very end. Yeah. Okay. So now then the other word is Jim, Meme and Ain. Jim, Meme and Ain. Okay. Jami'un means all. All put together is Jami'un. Everyone together is Jama'a or Majma or Ijtima. These are the words. Jama'a means to add. Okay. Jami'un means all added together or all put together. Okay. Now this is a maf'ul which is coming after yahshuru. Okay, so if you put yahshuru, whom is separate, yahshuru, shuru, meaning is that he, third person, which is file, and verb is here fail, which is gathering, and all is a noun. So this is maf'ul. And maf'ul, when it comes, we change this to two fathas to represent that the work is being done on this group. This group contains all, everybody. And when we have two fathas, we put an extra alif there. So it becomes jami'an. Okay. So a day will come, O Prophet, say, a day will come when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will gather all together. Okay, jami'an. Okay. So you can say all. Okay, now again, the one part of the statement ended there. Okay, that he said that he will gather everybody there. Then the ayat continues by saying, Ya ma'ashar al-jinni. Okay, so Ya is a harf-nada. It is used to call someone. Okay. But again, we will have to make it a little bit more explicit by saying in the parentheses, he will say. Then he will say. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, O ma'ashar means the company. O the company of the jinns. Okay. That means when you address someone, someone is speaking. So we have to insert here, he will say. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will address, or he will speak, or he will say. What will he say? Ya ma'ashar al-jinni. So let's look at these words. Okay. Okay, so the root letters are Ain, Sheen, and Ra. Okay. And there are many meanings of this, like ashara, 10 days, or 10, or things like that. Okay. But when you put a meme, ma'asharun, ma'asharun means group or company. Ma'asharun is a noun. It means when some people are gathered together and it's a group, that group is called ma'ashar. Okay? And the full word is ma'asharun. Now, if you are addressing this group, you are calling this group, you always call by adding a ya in the beginning. Okay? But ya does something. Okay? It changes this dhammas to fathas. Okay? But we'll do one more thing before that. Okay? What we will do, before we apply the ya, okay, we will take the word ma'asharun, okay, and then we will take the word al-jinnu. Okay, that means the jinns. Huh? Okay, and then you put off in between. Combine these two nouns. Okay, and so what's the rule? We remove one dhamma from here. It becomes ma'asharu, and we remove this dhamma and make it a kasra. And you recite together, don't pronounce alif, ma'asharul jinni. Ma'asharul jinni means company of the jinns, or O group of the jinns, not O, group of the jinns. Okay, that is just the rule of combining two nouns, mudaf, mudafil, which makes a relationship between two nouns, ma'asharun and al-jinnu. Become ma'asharul jinni. Then you put a ya before that. Now you are calling that group. Okay? And ya does this thing that changes this to fathas. Okay, remember the example, if a woman is calling, she says, Ya Abdullah. His name is Abdullah, but she will say, Ya Abdullah. Oh, Abdullah. Okay, so Ya harf nada changes the last letter to a fatah. That means it puts in the nasab state. Okay.
So if you are making nada, but not specifying ya, you can make nada by calling someone. It's still Abdullah in that case, right?
It's coming here. Look at this word. Rabbana. Ya is not there, but Rabbo became Rabba. Ya is hazaf now. Yeah. Okay. So that's the rule applies. Okay. So Ya ma'ashar al-jinni, O the company of the jinns. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing jinns now. Okay. O group of company. When I say company means group. Okay. Now the word qad comes to make guarantee, surety, and also it only comes when you're talking about past tense. Okay, so surely, qad means surely. Okay, something in the past, surely. So we'll just translate it surely. Okay. Now we'll take the next word. Okay. So first, just remember this. If you have these three letters, fa, ain, and lam, fa'ala means to do. If you put a tum at the end, fa'al and tum at the end, so this you should be able to recognize that this is the grammar of you, plural and past tense. Okay, so when you put fa, al, tum, this tum brings the meaning of second person, you, plural and past. Okay, so the meaning will be you did. You did. All of you did something. Fa'altum. Okay. So by knowing these little things here, you may be able to recognize, the statement or the word in the Quran that tum is coming at the end. What meaning it will be bringing? Okay. Now let's go to the word. Kaf, Tha, and Ra. Kasara. Okay, this word is known. Kasrat means lot. Kasir, many. Okay, that's the meaning of kasara. Okay, so this is fa'ala. kasara. Now we also know we have been making a bigger word by adding ist in the beginning. Ist. Okay, maybe we have done so. Istaghfara, istamala, where we have seen few words that have come. So one way to make a bigger word, and this is called bab number 10, where you put ist in the beginning. Okay, so this will become istaksara. Okay, ist and kasara. Istaksara. Okay, istaksara. Istaksara means to take many, for example. Okay, kasara is many, many. Istaksara means to seek or to get many. Okay. So what's being said here? It's being said here that, oh, the company of the jinn, oh, the people or the jinns, you have taken many people among the mankind. Means you have misled many people among the mankind. Again, we have to put something to understand that you took many of them. Okay, minal insi, among the people. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say to the jinns that when you all were living in the worldly life, oh, some jinns, you went to the people, man, and you took away some of them. So that is what past tense is, tum at the end here, aksartum, istaksartum. Tum means you did that, many of the people of who? Minal insi, among the people. Okay, but for understanding you have to say, maybe you misled many people of the mankind. You grabbed many of them, many, aksar. Okay, you took many of them, okay, in your control. So jinns, actually Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking jinns that some people in the worldly life, men, were under your control. You had taken them and you had misled them. Many people. Okay, like the shayateen, that's what they do. Now here, it doesn't necessarily mean that those jinns come and they work with you. The jinns are shayateen, and shayateen mislead you all the time. They whisper you, they mislead all of us. So that is what could also imply here, that jinns had done damage to mankind, wrong to mankind, misleading to mankind. So this is what question is being asked, or a statement is being made on the Day of Judgment to the jinns, that what have you done to the mankind? Okay, so istaksartum, you took many, or you misled many. Okay, so this will be you miss jinn kind, misled many. Many is important because kasrat, kasir word is here. The original letters are kaf, sa and ra, and that means of many. Okay. So what is many? Minal insi. Ins means mankind. Of the mankind. Okay. Min means from or of. And al insu is the word, but min is harf jar. So it will become insi. Okay. So from mankind. So again, a statement is finished there. These are the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it ended at this point. He made a statement to the jinns, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. So what is happening here? Instead of jinns answering, those people are also there because they all have been gathered there. So these people who were under the control of these jinns, they will say something. Okay, now so the word waqala is applying to those people who are speaking now. Who are those people? Okay, so let's look at that. Now the other thing is that in the hereafter, qala means he said. So first meaning is he said. Okay, but we'll have to modify that. Okay, as we add more words in them. Okay, so someone said something, but we don't know until we look further. Okay, so the word is wali, waw, lam, ya. Okay, it means waliyun means to be friend. Okay, waliyun, friend. Okay, its plural is awliya, awliyaun. These are commonly known words. Awliyaun. Okay, friends. Okay, whom means them. Plural of third person, them. Okay, then you combine them. Friends of them will be their friends, right? But that means of will do one remove, one dhamma, awliya'o, and pronouns don't change. So awliya'uhum. This word by itself means their friends. Their friends. Okay. Now who are there here? Who's this friend or what about? But the next word I will explain. Minal insi. So among the people, those people who are the friends of the jinns, they will say now something. Okay. So from the same word, from the man, from the mankind. Okay, wa means and qala means will say. So some people will speak up. Instead of jinns answering, some people will. Now who are these people who are talking now? They are the friends of the jinns in this worldly life. Those people who are in the company of one another, they will respond. Okay, and they will speak something very true, very true. Okay, because on that day nobody can play anything. Okay, and everyone is worried about himself. So even though a friend here will not be a friend there, you will turn against your friends. So that's what happened. Jinns, some jinns and some men are friends here. But on the day of judgment, they will turn against each other. Okay, so what will they say? They will say, first they will say Rabbana. Okay, so this word is Rabbun. Rabbun means Lord, and Na means us. Okay, and you combine them, Lord of us. Okay, so this will become Rabbu, and this pronoun, pronouns don't change. So the word become Rabbuna. Written together will be Rabbuna. Rabbuna means our Lord. Okay. Now we will put something in the parentheses. Ya. Ya means O our Lord. Okay. What Ya will do that? It will make it Rabbana. So that means they are responding to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by calling him Ya Rabbana, O our Lord. Okay? So this word means our Lord. Okay? Okay, so then let's look at these three letters, Mim, Ta and Ain, Mata'a. Okay? Mata'a means to enjoy. Malo mata is a word. Mata'u dunya, the enjoyment of this world is called mata. Mata is the thing that you enjoy with. Okay, that's the reason this worldly life is called Mata'ul Hayati Dunya. Okay, enjoyment of the pleasure of this life. Okay, Mata. Now, this is Bab Fa'ala, 3 letters. Okay, we are going to make the same Bab here, number 10, by putting Ist in the beginning. Okay, so this become Ist and Mata. Okay, so it becomes Istamta. The meaning is to benefit. To benefit. Istamta means to benefit. Okay. So this will be written, if I write down together, is tam ta'a. That's how it sounds. Is taf'ala, is tam ta'a. Same sound, same harakat, same pronunciation. Okay. Also, remember that if you have these 3 letters, Fa, and Lam, and you put Fatha on each of them, this is the grammar of 3rd person and past tense. Okay. So same thing here, we are just putting fathas and pronouncing the sound as the name of the bab. So the meaning of istamta is he benefited or it benefited, past tense. So this whole word means it or he benefited or took advantage or took benefit. Okay, so this is benefited. फायदा हासिल किया. Okay. O our Lord benefited. Okay, what is that benefited? Ba'duna bi ba'din. Okay, so let's look at these words. Ba, Ain and Dod. Ba'dun means some. Okay, we say baaz in Urdu, but baad, that's the word, means some. Baaz log means some. Ba'adun. Okay. Then you do the same thing, you combine with the na, us. Okay. Some of us. Okay, so that will become ba'du. Na. That's the word. Ba'aduna means some of us. Okay. Some of us. Okay. Now the same word ba'adun, and this time you put a ba in the beginning. Some, and when you put a B in the beginning, B can translate with or by or from. Okay, B is a harf jar, so this will become biba'adin. Some of us benefited by others, which means we benefited each other, one another. This combination comes many times in the Quran. Ba'aduna bi ba'ad. And the simple translation is one another, or each other, or with one another, by one another, among each other. So what are these people saying? They are saying, our Lord, some of us benefited by others, which means sometimes they benefited from us and sometimes we benefited because they were friends in the worldly life. Some men and some jinns were friends to one another. So now they are accepting the fact that yes, oh Allah, that's what we were doing in the worldly life. We were taking benefit, or we were using each other for our benefits. Okay, they were telling us some things and we were exploiting, and that's how we were benefiting, and they were misleading us, all kinds of things that go on. They are accepting, people are accepting that. Bibad, by some. So we did that in the worldly life. Then what happened is that the word is balagha. Balagha means to reach. And this word has many variations that are commonly used. Balag, balugh, balaghat, tabligh. All the words are from the same root letters. Okay. Baligh, when certain reaching certain age is baligh. Okay. So balagha means to reach. Okay. Now, fa'alna, we put a na at the end, it becomes third person. The na is we, past tense. So fa'ala, fa'al, when you put a na at the end, this brings the meaning of fa'alna. This is plural and first person. And past tense. Na means us. Fa'alna, we did. Balagna, we reached. Or we will actually do further explanation. But balagna is fa'alna, we reached. Okay. Now the word alif, jim, lam, ajala. Ajala means a term, a time period. Ajal, when we say ajal is also used for the death, means an appointed time, a fixed time. Okay. So the word is ajala means a term, a fixed term, a fixed time. Our term is time, muddat. Okay. Ajala. Okay, so this word noun is ajalun. Ajalun means a term, a miyad, a muddat. A fixed time that was set for us. Okay, and then you put a na with that, means us. Okay, and you combine a fixed term of us means our term. Ajalona. Okay, one dhamma will go away. So this becomes ajalona, our term, our fixed time. Okay. So this word is here, balagna, ajalona. Okay, ajalo na. Okay, but this is coming ajal as a maf'ul of this one, so it will change to ajalana. Okay, we constantly doing that when 3 comes, fail, file, maf'ul. Okay. So what is the meaning? And reached to us our fixed time. That means the time of death came. We continued benefiting until our time came. Our fixed time that you had fixed for us in the worldly life reached us. Okay. Balagana, reached us, or we reached to our time. Okay. Wa means and. We reached our term, which means our death. So right now, it is not clear that what our term is until we look little bit more, which is Allazi ajalta lana. So let's understand these words. Allazi means that. Okay. So that okay. Now so this word we just learned, ajala, okay, it's 3 letters, fa'ala, and it means to have a fixed term. To have a fixed term. Okay. If I go to the bab fa'ala, this will become ajala. Okay. Now remember that when we go to the next bab, more than one person is involved. Okay. So here will be ajala will mean someone is giving a fixed term. Here ajala means someone is having a fixed term, but someone is giving someone a fixed term. Ajala. Okay. To give a fixed time. Ajala means to have a fixed time. Only one person is involved. But ajala to give one is giving the other one a fixed time. Okay, so this is the two peoples. One is Allah, one is man. Allah is giving man a fixed term, so that is the word ajjala. Also, fa'ala and fa'alta. When you put a ta at the end, fa'alta, this ta brings the meaning of you, second person, and past tense. Okay, so the word ajjalta, you gave us a fixed time until you the time that you appointed for us. Lana means for us. So we reached to our term, that term which you had written for us in this worldly life. How many years we will live until we reach to that time. So we continued benefiting each other, jinn and mankind, until the fixed term. And what was that fixed term? That you had written for us, you had appointed for us. It is not that we decided any of, but this was the time of our death that you had already decreed for us. You had written for us. We reached to that time. Okay. So this will be their admission of their guilt. That's yes, we did. Okay. Ajjalta lana, you appointed the term for us. The term or time, lana means for us. So we benefited from one another until we reached to our term, the term that you had appointed for us. Okay. So their statement ended. Did you remember that how many speakers are in one sentence? First, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is speaking to us up to this point. The day He will gather. So that is information being passed on to us. Then He is telling us what will He say to the jinns. Then He is telling us how the ins, the man will reply. Okay, up to this point. And now again Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us what He is telling them now. Qala naru, He will say. Qala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, an-naru, the fire. Okay. So qala, He will say, and He is here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
What is the word of that? O Kamani of jinns? Ya Mashral Jinni? Kamani? What is that?
Company.
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 Oh.
Yes. Thank you.
See, none of us could catch it. We came in and caught it.
No, please do catch, because this is recorded, so I want to make sure that. So, O company of jinns. Okay. So, qala naru, He will say, and He is here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Again, until now, we are just using he and he and he, okay? But now, as you said, it will come clear that who that He is pointing to, okay? So, He will say. One more thing also, notice that qala means past tense. Fa'ala He did, qala He said. But when it is being used for the hereafter, we translate He will say. Because it's a definite. Past is a definite and hereafter is definite. Okay, future is not definite. Okay. So He will say, what will He say? The fire. An-naru, the fire. Okay.
you say khala is the past, said, right?
Yeah,
But you say will say this future.
that's what I was just explaining, that the past tense is a definite thing, which
Right.
has happened, right?
Right.
And day of judgment is definite thing. That
Oh, it's going to happen. Okay.
right? So the grammar for them is same
Okay.
because both are definite.
Okay.
There is some time in between which is present and future, which is not definite. So there's a different grammar for
Oh, okay.
not definite.
Okay.
There's a grammar for definite.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So tha, wa, and ya. Maswa is maswan actually means place. Maswan means place, residence. Okay. And kum means you, all. It's a plural. Okay.
Abode. Abode.
Abode. Okay, so when you combine them, place of you, okay, this will become one fatah, so it will become maswakum. And it is usually written that maswakum. Okay, this little thing has no sign on it because it's representing this ya there. So mathwakum, your residence, your abode, your station now is the fire. Okay, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, and will say, mathwakum for you all. Okay. Your abode. Abode means place or station or residence where you're going to abide. Is annaru, the fire. Okay. So the word is kha, lam, and dal. Okay. Khalada. This means to abide or to live. Okay. And the person who is abiding or living is khalidun. So the word, the meaning of khalidun is one who lives. Okay. Many people translate that lives forever. Okay. But that does not fit quite, because that takes the rahmat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala away. Because those people who will be living in the Jahannam, in the hellfire, if you translate Khalidina, living forever, which means they have no chance of coming out. So the translation, moderate translation is that don't put the word forever there.
It's not translated.
Khalid is the word.
Inter.
Khalidun, sorry. Yeah. Khalidun means to live forever, not to enter.
दाखिल कर.
No, no. Khalid means one who lives forever. Forever, you can say that, in this worldly life, you are giving a good wish that you live long. Okay? But in the Quran, sometimes the word abada comes after that. Abada means forever. Okay? So Khalid is someone, the file, the doer, who is going to abide, reside, okay, or live. Okay?
So
And
both have the same meaning. To abide, to live forever.
no, don't put the word forever.
In fact, here it's explicit.
Yeah, illa.
MashaAllah.
Yeah.
But you just said Khalidun.
That's why some people translated that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So in this case, what you're saying is
Just
not
translate living or abiding.
okay. Don't put forever.
Or don't put forever.
Okay, okay,
Yeah. Otherwise, it creates problem.
okay,
Okay. So Khalidun is a person who is living.
okay.
Khaliduna is the plural.
Plural.
Okay. So because Maswa is a place to live, fail, and this is the maful, so Khaliduna become Khalidina. Okay. Should I explain this a little bit more? Because plural. Okay. So let's look at the word Khalidun. Okay. Khalidun. One person, right? Singular. This word can change into Khalidan or Khalidin. It can come two fathas or it can come two dhammas. If you have a harf-jar before this,
Kasra.
it will become Khalidin.
Right.
Okay. If there is this is come as a maful, it will become Khalidan. Okay. Three changes. It will be pronounced as with two dhammas, sometimes with two fathas, sometimes with two kasras. Okay. All three variations are allowed. Singular. When you make the plural of this word, the plural is made by adding a vav, a noon. Okay, so this is Khaliduna. You can write down separately the way it is written. Khaliduna. Okay. So when some other word affects this word, okay, this vav changes into a ya. So it becomes Khalidina.
When will that be changed? That
If you put a harf-jar before that,
okay.
then just like
Huh.
the sound of this changed to one dhamma to kasra.
Right, right.
Dhamma went to kasra.
Right.
Here vav goes to ya.
Ah.
Okay.
When it's plural.
When it's plural.
Ah, I see.
And always Khalidina. There is no Khalidana.
Oh, okay.
No fathas. Okay. So doesn't matter what is affecting it word, it always end up with a one ya. Khalidina. Okay. So what's happening here? Maswakum, they will be living or abiding, or the place of living is they are Khalidin. Okay. Meaning does not change. Okay. But instead of a fatah, there will be a change of the ya.
Yeah, but where is the harf-jar over there? You
No,
said
there is no-
harf-jar will change the plural
Okay,
of Khaliduna to Khalidina.
Two things change. Okay, here. If you have this word Khalidun, right, which is the original word, right?
Right.
Khalidun. Okay. If I put fi here, which is harf-jar,
Right.
this will
Khalidin.
make it
Khalidin.
Khalidin.
Din. Right.
Okay. Now, if instead of a harf-jar, you have a fail and plus file, okay, and this word Khalidun is coming after that, okay, so this will become Khalidan,
Right.
right?
Any yeah.
So this activity makes it two kasras.
Right.
This kind of activity makes it
Fatha.
two fathas. Now here, instead of singular, the word is plural. Khaliduna, right?
Right.
So when we apply here, this will become Khalidina, right? So wow change into a ya, right? Wow change
Right.
into ya.
Right,
Khaliduna.
exactly. Mhm.
Okay. When you come here, fail file, this will become kha li. Same thing, Dina.
Oh, even though there is no harf-e-jar.
The harf-e-jar makes kasra,
Right.
but combination of fail file makes it fatha, right?
Right.
Okay. In the plural, doesn't matter if it is this or this.
Oh.
Always it will be Khalidina.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Both cases Khalidina. So that's what here it is. Their place, or where the place they will live, is a fail and file, is forever, or not forever, but abiding, or those who will abide will be. If maswakum was not there, then this word will remain Khaliduna. Abiding, okay, or those who abide. Fiha means in it. Ha means it. It's a feminine word. Okay? Ha. And what is ha pointing to? Annaru. Okay. Your abode or your place is for the fire, living in it or abiding in it. Fiha.
Annar is a feminine gender.
Annar is a feminine, so we are using ha for that. Otherwise it will be who. Okay. Illa, except, or but. Then Sheen, Ya and Hamza. It means to will, or to wish, or to desire. So if I put 3 fathas, it's the past tense, third person, he willed. Okay. Now this ya with the fatha is the sound of alif. So we will write down this as an alif.
It's not alif maksura, right?
No, regular alif. Here. Sha, a. And whenever there is an alif before the hamza, we pronounce with the mad. Sha'a means he willed. Literal meaning. He is third person. Okay. Now the word after that is Allahu. Okay, and here you are going to notice what is the harkat here. It's a dhamma. So what will that do?
Allah wish and Allah wants.
Now what this will do, it will take out this one and replace. So Allah will. Okay, so it is important that if there was a fatha there, you cannot do that. Dhamma means this noun will replace this pronoun. Okay, so the meaning will be Allah willed. Ma means whatever. except whatever Allah wills. Okay?
Is it because of the muqtada? Because of the muqtada that when we are taking the dhamma to take the he here?
No.
Oh.
This is the rule. That if after a verb
Okay.
you have a noun,
Okay.
the noun can be dhamma or a fatah. If it is fatah, it is maf'ul. Work is being done on it. If it is dhamma, he is working on it.
Okay.
Okay? So, accept what, ma means what, or whatever. What Allah wills. And we will not translate willed here, we will translate wills. Or will, okay? So that means the possibility of forgiveness is there, the possibility of mercifulness is there, okay? Because with all these kind of things, he may still forgive and not send them to the fire. Okay. Inna, now so basically again the sentence ended there, this is a new sentence there. Okay. So that's the reason, you know, when you are learning to read the Quran or you're listening, the reciter can stop here and pronounce MashaAllah if he loses his breath. Because sentences, the idea is to speak the full sentence and stop there. All these harakat that we have put there, ta and la and all these, they are to teach us where to stop.
Yeah.
So the sentence doesn't break. And from the meaning, you can say that where sentence is ending, a statement is ending. At this point, statement ended. So even though there is nothing here to show you, you can stop and say MashaAllah. Okay. Inna means surely, indeed. Okay. Okay. So the word is Rabbun, Lord.
Your Lord. Yeah.
Okay. Ka means you, one person. Okay. When you combine Lord of you is your Lord.
Change to one dhamma.
So this will become Rabbuka.
Yeah.
And Inna changes that to a fatha. It's the characteristic of Inna. Definitely, this changes to a fatha.
So inna changes.
Inna changes that. Inna Rabbaka, indeed, surely your Lord. So here, two sifat or asma'ul husna of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are being mentioned. Okay? And both, if you ponder on the true meaning of these things, you will see that they fit here throughout the context of this thing. The word hakimun is from hakama. Hakama means to be wise, to have wisdom. And Hakim is the one who has all the wisdom. Okay? Alim is from alama, means to know. And Alim is the one who has all the knowledge. So, if a person alone has knowledge, he may not be wise. For him to do the right things, he has to have wisdom. Knowledge alone doesn't do everything. You can learn a lot of things here, but if you don't have the intellect to apply that, then your knowledge is just knowledge, basically. Okay? But here, both of these sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala coming together, that He has knowledge and he uses his knowledge with wisdom. Okay? And both of these words have the intensity of them. Okay? When you make the word at the wazn of this like fa'ala means to do, template is to do. So you can make two kinds of doers. By adding an alif, you can make fa'ilun. Okay? This is someone who is doing something, doer. You can also make by adding a ya instead of this, fa'ilun. Fa'ilun is also a doer, but it has intensity.
Oh, fa'ilun.
Yeah, this is a template. When you make a word at this template, it brings the intensity of the action in that.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So, if you have the word Ain Lam means, okay? If you apply this template, it's alim or alimun. And this will be alimun. Okay? You can go to college and you become alim. Some knowledge, but you cannot come alim, because this is the sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The intensity of the knowledge, that's the reason only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is al-alim. He's al-alim too, but we can also be alim, but we cannot be alim.
This is fa'ilun, right? Not fi'ilun. Fa'ilun.
Fine, yeah.
There is no
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Good that you catch these things. Thank you.
And
This is actually kasra here. Fa'ilun.
yes.
Okay. So these are the templates and they have meanings behind them.
That makes so understanding. Thank you.
Is there a reason why Hakimun is before Alimun? Is
No.
there? Does that
Only
make?
Allah knows.
Allah knows.
Because if I remember correctly, it comes in.
Oh, in many places they switch around. Okay.
Like one is
Alimun
before you.
Hakim.
Mhm.
Alimun and Hak, yeah, and in some other places they come, they are the other order. But that's from our point of view, you know, we have to be alim first before we are wise. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, both are given here. The order is Allah knows that. So this is that's the reason the translators call this all wise. And all knowledgeable or all knower. They translate this way to the capital letters. Okay. And the word, the all and capital letters bring this concept here, the intensity in the action.
That all here comes to signify the possessor of all of the knowledge, nothing escaping.
Nothing, yes. Yes. Okay. So, lot of messages are here, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has informed us in this worldly life, especially for those people who fall into the trap. If they can learn and read the Quran and learn these things, they will not fall into these kind of things which they do here, and the consequence will come in the hereafter. Okay.
Can you please repeat that what you said? When you read the Quran, what?
The people who go out and make jinns as their friends,
Oh, okay.
this is a warning for those people.
Okay.
Okay.
Like people
Yes.
like us make friends to jinns, you mean?
Yeah, there are people who make jinns as their friends to harm other people,
Oh, la
okay,
hawla wala
or
quwwata.
to benefit from one another.
Oh,
Okay, so all those things are forbidden here.
That's right.
If people can understand the Quran, they will not fall into the. And the jinns are also shayateen, so it's not only those jinns, but shayateen also.
So I have a question. All jinns are shayateen or some jinns are good and some are bad?
Okay, no. Some jinns which are bad are part of Iblis's group and they are shayateen. Also, some people are so-called shayateen in the Quran. So, shatana means to rebel. Okay, whoever rebels from the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, be he a man or a jinn, he is shaitan. Okay, the head of those is Iblis. Okay, but that's a separate one. But after that, whoever among the mankind and among the jinn kind disobeys Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he can be called as minal jinnati wan nas. This Surah Nas includes both of them.
Likewise, there are mu'minun among both men and jinn.
And yes, and in this Surah Al-Jinn that we read, so now we are doing Surah Al-An'am. There are 2 detailed ayats like that in Surah Al-An'am about jinns and mankind's interaction and the warning. Okay. So inshallah we'll stop here.